right, rise and shine, everyone. It is 6 o'clock here on your Monday, brand new week kicking off here. And Jason and Alicia here to start your day.
To start your day, we do have snow coming close to us. And John, I'm a little jealous of other areas getting a ton of snow, but we're going to get a little.
I know. Most places in the Midwest are going to get hammered. We're missing out. Maybe this is payback for last year, but this is actually pretty remarkable how we're not going to get it. You could see it's going to come in strong in Marshall, then it's going to pivot around the cities and hit Rochester south into Madison, Wisconsin. We do not have an advisory, at least for the Twin Cities. Doesn't mean we're not seeing snow. Just means that we're not going to be dealing with major snow. Now, this is current radar. You are seeing light snow start to show up here. It's flurries to begin in New Prague down to Young America there, Chaska area and Lakeville. Twin Cities, probably after the morning commute, but if you're leaving at 9, maybe you're a late driver, you might actually have some slick conditions. So this is the beginning of this whole thing. We'll take a look at today, tomorrow, and who gets the most snow in your forecast.
Sounds like a plan, John. Thank you. It's been a nice morning out there. We are not seeing any crashes at the moment, but as John has warned us, tomorrow morning we could see some bit more dicey roads. We're taking a look at Highway 100 and Duluth Street here in Golden Valley, not too far from Care 11, of course. Taking a look right now all across the metro, we see green, which is good. No crashes at the moment. Jason.
All right, Megan, thank you very much. And as a reminder here, as winter weather heads in, you can stay up to date with the help of our Care 11 app. It gives you access to live radar, weather alerts, and custom forecasts anytime. You can find it wherever you get your apps or by scanning the QR code on your screen right now. Turning now to our top story overnight, a new key piece of information dropped on Alaska Airlines plane blowout.
The story's so wild. Investigators tracked down the missing piece that ripped apart from the plane's cabin. The terrifying moment happened mid-air and forced an emergency landing. Luckily, no one was in the seats next to the window and no one was injured. But this incident forced cancellations across the country, including right here in the Twin Cities. Cece Gaines gathered all the new information overnight and joins us live from MSP International Airport this morning. Good morning, Cece.
Hey, good morning. Yeah, pretty wild situation over the weekend, and it's continuing into today. We learned just a few hours ago that Alaska Airlines is canceling more than 100 flights nationwide, and that's just today. A few minutes ago, we did find out, though, that MSP hasn't been impacted just yet. But this comes as the FAA grounds certain Boeing 737 MAX planes, and that's for inspection. But back to that missing piece found. It was a door plug, and it was found in an Oregon teacher's backyard just last night. A few hours ago, NTSB officials said that piece could be a key part of their investigation. Authorities also mentioned that some factors were complicating the investigation, like the plane's cockpit voice recorder being blank.
The circuit breaker for the CVR was not pulled. The maintenance team went out to get it, but it was right at about the 2-hour mark, and it was completely overwritten. At 2 hours, it re-records over it, so we have nothing from the CVR.
And because of that, this morning, the NTSB is calling on the FAA to extend those cockpit recordings. Also this morning, the NTSB is suggesting that infants have their own plane seats with FAA-approved car seats. And this is because they found out through their investigation that 3 babies were seated on passengers' laps. But keep in mind that during this dangerous situation, that the pressure was so strong that headrests were being ripped off. So a new safety measure could definitely be in place soon. Jason, Alicia.
I get that. Especially, I don't want to pay the price of a ticket, but I always thought it was strange when I was holding my infant on the plane. I'm like, I'm buckled in safe, but if we have turbulence or a door rips off, things you don't expect, yikes. Definitely don't want that.
Very much change things when it comes to airlines moving forward.
Cece, thanks.
Well, this morning, millions across the Midwest, including some parts of Minnesota, are under a winter storm warning. Those are the areas you see right here in pink. So tonight, a system is expected to move in and cover the region with pretty heavy snow. All this comes after a winter storm dumped more than a foot of snow across the Northeast, making it their first measurable snow of the season. Now this morning, many people in that region are under a flood watch. Meanwhile, this latest storm system is putting nearly 70 million people across the Gulf Coast and Southeast at risk for severe weather, including tornadoes. Over at our nation's capital, the House and Senate say the government will spend $1.5 trillion this year. That spending deal brings them one step closer to avoiding a partial government shutdown in less than 2 weeks. Congress still needs to decide how to spend that money and then write and pass the bills to make it official.
Now to some other local headlines we're following this morning. Minneapolis police say they're investigating a suspicious death this morning. Officers responded to a vacant house on 30th Avenue North near Lyndale Avenue just after 1 p.m. yesterday. They say they found a man's body in a garbage bin in the garage. Police say no one has been arrested and they're working to figure out what exactly happened. And take a look at this video. Eden Prairie police say they arrested the driver who led officers on this chase across the West Metro in a stolen vehicle. You can see the driver pushing past through a lane, hitting several cars along the way. Police say the driver went down an embankment near the Home Depot on Valley View Road. The car then hit more than half a dozen cars on the off-ramp from Highway 212 onto Prairie Center Drive. One person in one of those cars was taken to the hospital with minor injuries.
In about 12 hours, teachers in Minnesota's biggest school district will rally as they continue contract negotiations. It's happening before tonight's school board meeting. Members of the Anoka Hennepin Education Minnesota and the district met with a mediator last week to discuss teacher contracts, but they didn't reach a tentative agreement. The contract expired 6 months ago, and last month teachers began walkouts after classes let out. The union wants the district to increase teacher pay and benefits in order to solve the educator shortage.
In just 6 hours.